Hi, NyoNyo family, how are you all doing? Hey, NyoNyo family, how are you all doing? Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, you just tuned into the Onyonam's TV. Please hit the subscribe button and become a part of the Goodness family. If you're already a part of this family, thank you very much for supporting. I love you and God bless you. Mwah. Today we're going to talk about the menstrual cycle. My friend Deja was the one that inspired this video. So she called me some time ago asking me a whole lot of questions about her cycle, and then it dawned on me that not everyone knows so much about the menstrual cycle. Not everyone is able to calculate their cycle. So I thought to myself, why don't I just come here and talk to my YouTube family members on this topic? So if you're new here, or if you're already here and you want to know so much about this, grab your pens and notepad and let's get right into this video. Guys, please don't say that the menstrual cycle is all about the lady thing, so you're not going to learn. Please, it is important for you to also know this, so you might as well learn this on behalf of your female children, your girlfriend, your wife, or probably your sister. Yes, learn it for them. Thank you. So let's get right into the video. Now, every growing woman that has reached adolescence has a menstrual cycle, and this menstrual cycle comes in 3 phases. We have the follicular phase, we have the ovulation phase, and we have the luteal phase. Today we are going to talk about the ovulatory phase, because the ovulatory phase is what every lady has to know. This ovulatory phase is all about ovulation, and ovulation is when the egg that is being released from the ovaries goes into the fallopian tube and is being fertilized by a sperm. Yeah, so when the egg gets to be fertilized by a sperm or not, it is still ovulation, because it is still a process where one thing has left one place to go into another place. So that is ovulation. Now, when the egg that leaves the ovaries goes into the fallopian tube and gets to be fertilized by a sperm, it goes down into the uterus, gets implanted there, and then it forms as pregnancy. If the ovaries releases the egg and the egg goes into the fallopian tube and it doesn't get any sperm to fertilize it, it thickens into the uterine lining and then it sheds off and comes out as period, and that is what we call menstruation. So in other words, menstruation is the shedding of blood from the uterine lining through the vagina. Now, it is very important for you to know the signs and symptoms of ovulation, because that is what is going to help you figure out what's going on in your body. Some of these signs and symptoms are headache, a rise in body temperature, tender breast, sore around the nipple area, and even there is this slimy discharge that comes from the vagina, and there's increase in sexual drive. So when you start having all these signs and symptoms, you know that, oh, you're ovulating. Okay, that is how you know you're ovulating. So know the signs and symptoms. Now, back to the menstrual cycle. Every lady is unique in their own way, and the menstrual cycle ranges from 21 days to the 40 days. If you have the 21-day cycle, then you have the shortest cycle. If you have the 40-day cycle, then you have the longest. Okay, because we are all unique. Other people have the 21 days, other people have 30, 35. It ranges from 21 to 40, so any of the days in between can be your cycle. Now, this is how you calculate your menstrual cycle. You calculate your menstrual cycle by noting the very day you saw a blood flow till the very next time the blood flow comes. Okay, let me give you an example. If your menses came on the 1st of January and it came again on the 5th of February, you count from 1st January to 4th February, and then you know the days that is involved. Okay, so if your menses came on 1st January and it again came on 5th February, you're not going to add the 5th to it, because the 5th is the day the blood came in February. So your days are going to be from 1st to 4th. So if you calculate from 1st January to 4th February, you're going to have like 35 days. That is how you know you are a 35-day cycled person. But that is not confirmed until you count from 5th of February to the very next time is going to come in March. If it still ranges in 35, then now it is confirmed that you have a 35 days cycle. That is how you know. Okay, now if you know you have the 35 days, or you have 21 days, or you have then, that is when you write down your cycle, jot it in a book. So in order for you to calculate, you should start writing your dates. My menses came on the 1st of January, write it down. It ended this day and it came again this day. Then you write your cycle down. So you write, I am 35-day cycled person, because this is going to help you calculate your cycle well. Now that you know your menstrual cycle, to know you are a 35 or 21 days cycled person, it is time to know when ovulation starts. Aside from the signs and symptoms I gave you, you should know that ovulation starts from day 9 to 14 after you're done with your menses. Okay, so if you had your menses on 1st February and you finished on 5th February, just know that ovulation is going to come in the next 7 days after you finish with your menses, or it's even going to come in the next 5 days. It varies. That is why I said everyone is unique in their own ways. So ovulation starts 7 or 9 or 10 days to 14 days after you are done with your menses. So calculate your days very well. After you know your cycle, you already know how many days you are going to have your menses, and you know that 7 days or 5 days or 6 days from then ovulation is going to come in. Now back to this question I have been meaning to ask: how do you know your free period? How do you know you are free to have sex? So the whole menstrual cycle is supposed to last for 10 days. Okay, so the number of days you do your menses determine the number of days you have as free period for sex. Okay, so if you have your menses for 5 days, then it is believed that you have 5 days free period. So give yourself 1st to 10th January. Now you had your menses for only 5 days. That means you bled for from 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. Now it is I believe that your free period is 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. But this is what I always tell my friends, and I'm going to tell you all too. And as much as the 10 days thing is constant, it is not a norm for you to have the whole 10 days, because ovulation can even start from the 7th day after your menses, or in the course of your menses line. So if you had your menses for 5 days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5th, okay, you can probably have sex on the 6th, on 7th, on 8th. If I am supposed to advise you, I'll tell you, leave from 9th out. Okay, 9th, 10th, don't try it, because ovulation can even start on the 9th. So if you go and then you have sex and the boy releases into you, just know that the egg that is going to come from the ovaries has something to fertilize it. So you can just have your free period like just some days after your menses. That won't exceed your 8th day. Do you understand? If you have your menses, okay, and you had it for 7 days, since it's 10 days, subtract 7 from 10, you have 3 days remaining. Now this 3 days, if it is 8th, 9th and 10th, I would advise you have sex probably on the 8th or maybe on the 9th. Don't try on the 10th. If look, don't even try on the 9th, because you can just have the 8th. Ovulation can come from 9th. You might not know this is ovulation for you. The only time you know it is when you start having the signs and symptoms. But for you to be secured in your system, don't try anything from the 9th. Okay, from the 9th day, don't do it. So if you have it for 3 days, just know that you have 7 days free. But in the 7 days, you can enjoy 5 days out and leave the remaining 2. That is the 9th and the 10th day. I don't know if I make sense. If you understand me, then this is what I am saying. Since you already know your free period, you already know when ovulation starts, and you already know how to calculate your menstrual cycle, then you'd be able to balance everything in your system, because you know oh, I am a 25-day cycled person. Oh, I am a 21 cycled day person. And I have my menses for 3 days or 4 days. So I know that after my menses, I have about 3 or 4 days free period. Even though the other 3 days can be added to your free period, it is not advisable because ovulation can hit you at the back, and before you realize you're pregnant. And that is when you say, I was free when I had sex, but I am still pregnant. Yes, because ovulation didn't come to tell you that, hey, I'm coming, or hey, I am not coming, so feel free. No, ovulation doesn't give any sign. It starts before you know that, oh, I am ovulating, because it gives you the signs and symptoms for you to reflect on. But some people don't even have the signs and symptoms at all, and because you don't even know you're doing it, it is advisable that you leave some of the days after your menses for ovulation to take place, so that you can be yourself. Don't take anything and contradict the whole cycle. Okay, from this video, I hope you've learned what the whole menstrual cycle is about, how to calculate your cycle, when to know you're ovulating, when to know you're free for sex. Okay, I hope this video helped you one way or the other. If there are any questions you want to ask me, please DM me on Instagram at Davi_NyoNyo. I'm going to put it in the description so that you know it. Ask me any question that has to do with girl talk, health talk, menstrual cycle. I promise to answer you, and I promise to explain things to you well for you to understand. But I hope this video actually made sense to you and you learned something from it. Thank you very much for enjoying this video. I love you guys so much. Okay, God bless you all. Until I see you in another video, be God, stay true to yourself, be who you are. I always say this, be who you are. Nobody does you better than you do. So if you got to portray someone out there, portray you because you are you for life. Thank you very much, NyoNyo family. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I love you all. Stay safe until I see you in another video. Be good. Bye guys.